In terms of how brands can set themselves up to continue to succeed, I always say plan ahead, especially with the supply chain challenges that we continue to face, which really stemmed from COVID itself, or from that period rather. There are many brands that have the inventory that they want to put on shelves, but they can't get the orders to the retailers in time. And due to the competition within beauty, if your product is not available to go on the shelf, a retailer is going to find another brand to replace you. And that means the consumer, who's not always the most loyal in beauty, is going to find another brand to spend his or her dollars on. So when it comes to managing supply chain challenges, I always say plan ahead, make sure you have enough cash on hand, seek out alternative cost-effective financing solutions if you need to, well in advance of the times where you'll actually need that capital to invest in growth. And when it comes to facing the recessionary environment, once again, making sure that you're situated within the right channels that are going to be least affected by recessionary pressures.
And one key focus area should be digital marketing. So as part of the omni-channel strategy of consumers finding innovation and inspiration on the shelf, for the mass market, for the cheaper products, consumers will be seeking them out online, and investing in marketing might help brands find their consumers.
Growth is really coming from obviously how consumers are spending their money, but what drives that is innovation, new products, new formats, new formulas and ingredients. Consumers are looking to not just buy into a brand's positioning necessarily and how they look on Instagram, but are they actually getting the value for their money? So with skincare, for example, they want a product that has strong efficacy and is really going to work and do what it says it's going to do. The same applies to hair. When you look at fragrance or color, there's maybe not as much efficacy involved in those types of products, but how is the product being delivered to you? All of these different factors are what is going to evoke the customer to want to spend his or her dollars in the category.
For strategic buyers, the criteria for acquisitions probably will not have changed too materially to where they were before the crisis, fair to say. They're looking for innovation. So we see within the beauty industry, smaller, innovative, disruptive companies being snapped up at relatively small sizes compared to other industries. And that's really some of the big corporates outsourcing the innovation to young and attractive companies. So they will continue to seek those out as targets to help them add innovation and grow the bottom line. From a private equity and financial buyer perspective, there continues to be plenty of dry powder around. Financial investors in the current market are more careful in how they spend the dry powder, and banks are more hesitant in lending. So the importance of a very clear strategic story, of a very clear strategic plan as to where the company will grow to and who it will be sold to, will be increasingly important.